Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Car Share Genius. I'm your host, Mr. Luke Evan Brooks, and we're on the road again. I'm still in UAE, still doing my thing, still working remotely. And I'm just going to tell you some of the things a lot of folks are asking me questions about. I met one person the other day that was just curious about it, and they had no way to understand like how the process went on how I do this, right? Like, how do I do Turo? I'm not going to tell you everything, but I'm going to tell you some things to keep you engaged. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now because we're about to lay it down. And I haven't done this in a long time, so we're going to do it again. So how did you start out on Turo from scratch in 2026? This is the first thing I would tell people. Before you buy any car, before you go anywhere, dealership, any of that stuff, do your research. What do you mean by that, Luke? When I say do your research, I'm talking about you looking on Turo itself, seeing if you got a big market out there. Now, what I would do is go in as if I am a guest and look at what selection cars that they have. Another thing that I always mention is to use Raptor. If you use Raptor, it's going to show you those profit margins. But if you say, hey, I don't want to put no investment in it, that would be my first thought. Look as if you're going to rent a vehicle. Look to see how close the airport is. Look where other venues are at. I also understood where I was placing my vehicles at. You know, if I was doing this, depending on where you live, is it a sports town? Does it have professional teams, college teams? Do you have a lot of banking, like finances, anything like that, like big banks? Not no little local bank. I'm talking about like Bank of America, Truist, you know, all those other banks. You know, you have all those guys out there who are dealing with finances and dealing with like, hey, how do we go about with getting this stuff taken care of? And what I mean by that is that you want to have a good pool. Now, I'm not saying that that's got to be your only clientele, because you really don't control that clientele by, oh, I don't want these people to get it. It's based off the vehicles that you're renting. So for me, I'm in a Nissan Sunny out here in the Middle East. This is a basic Nissan Sentra with all the stuff removed from it, with the exception of AC, Bluetooth, and partial power windows. The front windows are the only thing that goes down. The back windows, you got to wind them down yourself, which is hilarious. So moving on to the next thing, I would check out cars at police auctions if I was you. Why is that? Sometimes cars don't have no issues. Or find out where the banks are grabbing these cars at. So what does that mean? Some people are not paying for their car note. And guess what happens? It gets repossessed. The bank don't want the car. They just want the money. They want to get as much money as they can. And they know they can just take it back to the dealership. Hey, give me back all my money. They're going to have to put it out on the auction. So figure out where those banks send those cars to. You can look online, or you can actually walk into your local bank and just ask a question and say, hey, have people take car notes out? And they'll, yeah. And they can walk you through that whole step. I don't recommend you going to a dealership and buying a brand new car. I've done that when I was with Avail a long time ago. But if I was to go back, or if I was to start now, to be exact, I wouldn't go buy a car and finance it. That you're taking away from your profit margin. Don't do that. If you know people who can fix cars up, go with that. And when I say fix up, I'm not talking about a car that's been in a collision or whatnot. This says it's got to get, you know, a new oil pan. It's got to get a timing belt going on. It's got to get a radiator. All that stuff right there. Something that might be like that one little thing that can stop that car from running good as new. Go for it. It might cost you a couple of grand. Okay, how much is a brand new car out here today? You do the math on that. Also, if I was to go back, I will always tell you this: have a dedicated page, either on Facebook or TikTok, promoting your stuff, because the greatest sales that I've seen is when I self-promote it. I don't rely on Turo, and the reason being is that Turo took away the descriptions about a year or so ago. You can no longer describe your vehicle, like have that whole unique detail. So when someone clicks on it, it has a bio about your car, about what you accept, what you don't accept. Now it's just a selection slot. So you like the car, you pick it, you see the features, that's it. You can't write anything. And I hate that they did that. So I always promoted my vehicles. I always put them out there where I could actually have people look at it and be like, hey, you know, he's got this car available, people looking for rentals, things of that sort. Another thing that I would do too is definitely, when you get a car that's used, get everything changed out. When I say everything changed out, oil change, tires changed out, seat covers. And when I say seat covers, I'm talking about like buying this cheap, the cheap seat covers, not doing real upholstery if you don't need to. If you got stuff falling down, you don't want your car listed like that. That goes back to us fixing up the car. If it's a couple $100, a couple $1,000, go get it fixed. I would mention this as a reminder for everyone. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you are really looking forward to do more with your money, then this is the channel for you. Now back to it. Now, if you feel uncomfortable, this is what I would tell a person starting off. Don't go buy a bunch of cars at once. Buy one car. If you could buy one car, go for it. When you buy that one vehicle, see how it goes. Now be careful now. Don't go out here and go get a Maserati. Don't go get no BMW. Get something that is like a general use car. Like this is a Nissan Sunny, or in America, Nissan Sentra. You can be able to use that car as a gauging mechanism, typically. It doesn't work for everyone. I don't want you to go back and say what he said. Anyone can get a Nissan Sentra and it works everywhere. It generally will work, but depending on your market. But for me, an economical car is what you want to have. Because generally, the everyday working American is going to use a regular car. They're not going out here buying these most expensive cars and go and work at McDonald's or wherever they may be going to. So let's just keep it real. Be honest with yourself. After you do that, you can gauge. Now, when I say gauge, I mean, that's not, 1 week it's working. Give it a few months and then scale one car at a time until you start seeing your trends. And you're going to be around a lot of people who are going to discredit this. I don't like Turo, blah, blah, this and that. And they're welcome to do that. And they have their own reasons. But typically when I look into it and find out that why people may not like the program is that they failed to do these things right here. They went in high and then it didn't equate to what they wanted in return. And that's why I say you want to get everything down at a reasonable price as far as getting the car out there, paying for whatever you need to pay for, and get it running. Don't sit there and get two cars for $100,000. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, how long you expect your return on your investment to be just with two cars? Be smart with it. Be focused with it. Well, guys, I'm at my destination. I hope that you enjoy everything that we put out. I have more to follow with you. Make sure you stay tuned. I'll see you next time. Take care.